Hi, Ellen.
So, who's had the opportunity to play with John? Anyone?
Not me, not me. You
I
mean
mean,
the agent?
that's not quite right.
That didn't come out right at all. He's only just joined, Wendy.
I haven't had a chance to play with myself yet, I'll be honest.
Yeah, bring him in gently.
Oh dear. He was actually created from a conversation me and John had. Oh dear.
Me,
About
John. You're gonna have to say the real
you and
John,
John.
or yeah, the
You,
real John.
you, you,
Yeah,
you're the
yeah.
real John. About just trying to simplify things in business because you know the agents
Um,
are quite big. They're quite touchy. They're quite big. They follow a process. They can be quite depends how deep you don't go, but they are quite heavy. Um, so John is meant to help you to simplify things. So he's created for a Monday check-in, a midweek check-in, and a Friday check-in. I didn't want to do a weekend check-in, but so in theory, he should help you just to keep on track. So you don't get overwhelmed. So your planning is more streamlined. Let me just get the link for him, and then I'll share it in the chat box. So he could even, he's an agent that you could pull into Lucas, or you could just use within his own rights. I'm very lucky that I'm a planner. All my agents have disappeared. Where have they all gone? Weird. It's funny. ChatGPT put them all down the side and now they've all disappeared. So let's hope they're still in the background because I'm going to cry. Where are they? Who says? They're loading slowly, but they are here. Thank God for that. I suddenly thought ChatGPT's had an upgrade and I'm going to have to recreate all of them. Where is he? You can't search by name, which is very frustrating. So John is the new family member. He is the new addition. So has anyone got any questions? Well, it's been used quite a few times. It's been used 20 times since it's been created.
That's why he's got grey hair, because I was a
Yeah.
bit worried.
Well, I actually used, oh, it says fail to load.
I know I've got a few grey. I have got some grey hair, but he's completely grey. And he did say he was inspired by a conversation with me, but
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
not. I'm
yeah,
not
yeah.
offended. I'm not
Yeah.
offended. Not easily. I'm not easily offended, to be fair.
Um, it looks like it's either my location or ChatGPT is having a moment. I can't share the link. Bit off. I've seen that before. Well, his link is on the spreadsheet. Let me just try one more time. Let me use him and then see if he goes in the left-hand side. I wonder if I know ChatGPT 5 is coming out soon, and I wonder if there is some work going on in the background. Normally, when they upgrade ChatGPT, the agents get better. So,
Wendy, I've popped it into the chat here if that's helpful.
oh, awesome. So you're able to access it, okay?
Yeah, I've used
Yeah,
used John a little bit.
yeah, brilliant. I
he's
can't.
obviously gone to the beach in Thailand, Wendy. He's just abandoned you and gone to the beach.
Yeah. For some reason, I can't get in the back end, which is very weird. Um, they must be doing some sort of update. But he's on the spreadsheet and the link is there and you can use him. At the moment, it just means that I can't get into it for some reason. Marina, you've got a question about John? What is it? I've got a question. Oh, you've got a question, but not about John. Okay, what's the question? Hello, love.
Hi, you okay?
Yeah, you good?
Yeah, so
Yes, I'm good, thanks. Let me just lower my hand because I was doing my head in. Okay, so I'm doing a presentation at an event next week, introducing Delphia to the audience. And I wanted to give a little bit of stats around spiritual business owners using AI. And the stats that I got from ChatGPT, which I know you can't kind of trust everything that ChatGPT gives, was kind of like 1 in 3 spiritual business owners using ChatGPT now, which may be at a very basic level. I just wondered if you got any stats or anything that I could share from like maybe like a AI, gentric kind of perspective or anything, anything that that I could add into my presentation.
When if you're using ChatGPT, productivity generally tends to increase by about 40-45%.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah. People on average are saving about 5 to 7 hours a week.
Okay.
And saving around, if they're using it consistently and in a workflow, they're saving around £1,000 a week in outsourcing costs.
Okay, but that would be more on a general kind of business basis,
business.
not so much the spiritual kind of connection and gift development. Okay.
I've gotten, if I'm honest, I've got no idea. I tell you who would be worth reaching out to is I can't remember her name, Dr. Linda. I think I sent you her profile.
Lisa Turner.
I'd reach out to Lisa Turner because she's always doing talks and she does talks at big events. And
she does actually.
Yeah, she does the spiritual side, so she might have some data. I don't have any data.
Okay. All right. Cool. Thank you.
Yeah. Sorry.
No, that was it. No, it's all perfect.
Oh, good luck at the conference. What is it?
It's the Pink Flamingo networking. So it's at Carden Park. So it's a 2-day thing, but I'm doing like a 15-minute thing on introducing Delphia. I'm going to pull a card. We're going to get her up and look at some of the shadow stuff from the card. But I just wanted to give a little bit of context in terms of how AI is now really supporting spiritual business owners.
Yeah, I get that. So, well, I think probably everybody knows, but John, is that we created a Delphia, an AI agent that basically mirrors Marina's Akashic records, which is really cool. And it's using the certification program, which is absolutely awesome. And I still use it. I still use her.
Yeah.
Every Monday.
Yeah. She's really good. She's amazing.
Cool.
Thank you for that.
Okay, yeah, no problem. So before I try and get back into John, has anybody got a question? Anyone got any questions, any thoughts, anything you're not sure about? Where you're at? No? No? You sure? Not one? Can you make one up?
I was going to say, well, when I was talking to Wendy yesterday, because Wendy and I are working on turning my book into an agent, the word broken, has anybody got any tips on how to stop AI saying broken when it's describing I know Wendy's given us some tips, but I find that it keeps saying broken. It keeps using words that don't, even that I've told it not to use explicitly, like performance or other sort of generic nervous system regulation. I've asked it to stop doing it in screamy capitals, shouting at it and various other ways, and it still keeps doing it. So I just wondered if anybody had found an effective way of getting it to...
One of the things I used fairly effectively was I asked it to come up with some alternatives, like an extensive list of alternative words
Oh, that's a good idea.
And then because it's almost like it's thought of it, so then it might, and then it has been better. I wouldn't say
Right.
ideal, but it was
Thanks.
better. But if you ask for an exhaustive list, it comes up with a load of nonsense. But it's great because sometimes it triggers a thought for you as to words you'd quite like to use, and then pick 3 or 4 of them and go, please use these words. And you have to kind of remind it because
Yeah.
it does do stupid stuff. It really is
Yeah.
very capable of being very, very stupid sometimes. We love it dearly.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, I'll ask it to do that. Great. Mhm.
It's funny. It's almost like it picks up a collective pattern, and then once it's got that collective pattern, it just seems to go round and round in a circle. And I don't know if that's because of so many people are using that terminology, which is risky because they're not using their own intuition because they're probably not even the words they mean. You know, I was listening to someone on YouTube yesterday, and he kept saying nervous system regulation and all the things that ChatGPT says associated it and around it. And I'm thinking, that's not what you mean, because I'm not going to sit here thinking about my nervous system regulation. You keep telling me it is, but that's not what I think. That's not my experience, and that's not going to be my client's experience. But people are taking it and using it, and I think that's really, really interesting because it seems to be changing the way people are thinking. Where if you've got to clearly be in the driving seat, you've got to clearly make a decision. Actually, no, that's not right. In some context, it might be right, but it's not right for my audience. They're not going to relate to it. So broken is definitely one, which is super annoying. And there's some of us that have always been there, like regeneration or there's just so many of them, isn't there? You just see them and I just turn off. So just be careful. I mean, you all know because I say it repeatedly. Be careful what you're picking, that it actually reflects and is going to match with your client's experience. Otherwise, we're going to use language that is just pulling from ChatGPT and it isn't the right language, not the right language to use. I mean, our agents are pretty good, but nervous system regulation is one that just broken stopped for me, but the nervous one is hanging on in tight for dear life. So yes, let me share my screen. Okay. I'm trying to think what is new. John is definitely new. Remember, if you want to lock him in, just say what you do, and then he's going to tell you what he does. And then in theory, he should come up on the left-hand side. Now ChatGPT don't seem to be anywhere. I'll have to have a look at that later. They must be doing something in the background. So, Monday, midweek, Friday. So if you come in and you purposely use at the start of the week, maybe something that you want to focus in on and you're struggling with it a little bit, or you get overwhelmed, or there's just so much going on and then you get off track, you'll be able to use John to follow a process which is a bit cleaner rather than Lucas, who's quite, he's quite big. You have big, broad conversations with Lucas. But you can pull John into any of the other agents. Yeah, it's still there then, which is the relief. What makes him different? Emotion first, no shoulds, or persuasive language, built around capacity, not productivity. So he's coming much more from an emotional overwhelm, help you to make better decisions of how you're moving forward. So John's new. Have fun with him. Give me some feedback if you've got any, if you're not sure about something. The other thing that is new is I just popped it the into WhatsApp. We have a new playbook, which is new, and I just created it because I wanted to give you an idea of what was possible, just so you could see a workflow. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to send out one a month, basically, so it's not overwhelming. But you've got the book if you want to jump full steam ahead. So let me just go back to the table. Right. So in month one, this is just an example. You could follow up, you could start your 90-day plan for business clarity. You could, in month two, refine a launch, focusing on the launch. So each month has the work. Planning your next 90 days is given an example of the agents that you can use and why. Just so it's, what I'm thinking is that this might break some of, dependence is the wrong word. It might break the using one particular agent for everything, because they all have very different skills. You know, they're all based around very different roles. So messaging, sales conversations, two very different types of agents. Scaling is very different. So each agent is uniquely different, but what we have a tendency to do is we have a tendency to use one agent and then stick with it. And it's just to be mindful that you may not necessarily get the best outcome. You'll still get a good outcome, but it won't have the same depth and the breadth of knowledge as two different roles will. Which is why I wanted to create this, just to give you a different idea, some different flavors of the different agents that do different roles, just to break maybe just using the one agent all of the time. So you can see that for the 90-day planning, we would start with Lucas, then we would start with Wendy. Whereas if we were doing the launch, we would start with Wendy and then move to Tip. It's a very different flow from using Lucas all the time and then pulling other agents in. You know, but it is what happens. People find an agent and they love it, and then they just stick to that agent. I find. Someone wrote to me, I think it was Nikki, and said, "Oh, can't Alex just be human?" I've totally fallen in love with him. I'm like, no. And he's for writing books. You shouldn't be using him for everything. He's for writing chapters of books. But yeah, Marina, I'm sure
Wendy,
you've experienced this, that people are just amazed by the relationship that they can create with one of the personalities, with one of the personas.
Oh yeah, totally. I mean, I've not created Merlin yet, but yeah, Delphia is kind of like, when people first start using her, they're like, oh my God, she's like incredible. She's done this and she's done that. And I'm like, yeah, she's bloody overgiving. I'm gonna have to sort her out. Bloody typical female overgiving. Oh my God. But no, I mean, obviously we've refined her, haven't we? But
Yeah.
she still likes to kind of like, do you want me to do this? And do you want me to do that? I'm like, no, you're okay.
I'll give you another prompt that you can put in it. See if it stops it.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. But I mean, she's greatly refined to what she initially was, but I need to create Merlin and then I can kind of use them together, because that'll be really cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cool.
Cool.
Wendy, where did you say that this document is at? That you put a thing into
So I've put it in the WhatsApp group earlier.
Okay, today, did you put it in
Yeah.
or earlier? Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's the second message today.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. It's just to give you an
Okay,
idea,
yeah.
just a different flavour. Oh,
Mm.
where's everyone gone? Oh, hang on. Oh, there you are. I'll stop sharing my screen. Just to give you a different flavour of what the different agents does, because I don't know, we've got about 45 of them. So they're all really, really specific. So I'm here to answer any questions you've got, but has no one got any other questions? Nothing they're stuck on, anything they want to know about? Not sure if they can use an agent in a specific way.
Wendy, I just wanted to say thank you for the sesh we did the other day on helping sort out the podcast.
Oh yeah, did it
It
help?
sort of became a combination of sort of coaching as well as looking at the agent. It was more to kind of basically do sort of less work. Yeah, I'm now just, so it was just a bit of a thank you really, because I'm now kind of going back. I'm completely changing the sessions that I do on a Tuesday as a result. So sort of doing less work, but also shifting it completely. So I'm literally, H2 starts today.
Yeah.
Yeah, so just focusing in a different way, and basically elevating it. So I've done a lot of work this weekend with Sophie and Luna to
Oh,
kind of make,
nice. Nice
they're a
names.
good combination. No, yeah, well, so because Sophie's is the course creator, so I'm kind of making sure that I'm tying in with so I've got two courses, same audience but different courses. So tying that in, then using Luna for the podcast kind of content-y styling it out. So watch this.
That's brilliant. And hopefully it'll save you some time.
Well, yeah, it's more, but I've also done, and just your suggestion, why it was a little bit. Why am I giving away so much for slightly the wrong audience?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, totally.
So,
Completely.
It is our second birthday today, so yes, and my birthday as well this week. So,
happy birthday!
We'll celebrate. I've made it to an exceptionally large number, unexpectedly, having had a bad start in life. It's politely known as 50 plus VAT. It's big. So yes, lots of birthdays this week. But yeah, so I'm celebrating by relaunching my Tuesday sessions and my podcast. So yeah, so thanks for your help.
Yeah, no problem. That's cool. Look forward to hearing it. It reminds me actually, someone they say copying is the best form of flattery. Personally, it really bugs me. But someone decided to try and copy, and then I called one of her agents Luna, and then the other one Nova, and I'm just like, you couldn't blatantly copy more. I mean, who's going to pick Luna and Nova for their agents when I've already named my agents, a couple of them Nova and Luna? I mean, it's just like, please just even change the name. Come on. Just like, what the beat? Yeah.
I've got to go, guys. I've got to go to yoga. Bye-bye, everyone.
See you, love. See ya.
Bye, folks. Bye.
So if no one's
Sarah.
got any questions, then we'll call it a wrap. But well, if you got stuck with anything, pop it in the group. The group's always open. Even though I deleted all my messages yesterday. Yeah. So if you've got any questions, if you're stuck, if you're not sure where to start, you've got Celeste, isn't it, who actually will tell you which is the best agent to use. Yeah, if you're not sure what to do in terms of the workflow, just reach out, just pop it in the group.
Okay. Good. Thank you.
Doesn't matter what it is, just pop it in the group. There might be something there that can help you.
Okay.
All right,
Thank you, Neville.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you all.
Bye. I'll see you.
And welcome, John. Glad you're here.
Thank you very much. Thank you. See you again.